Samsung Galaxy S8, the official release date of 28th of April. The Galaxy S8 isn't as expensive as some feared, costing $880, with the Plus model costing an extra $115. That's still pretty pricey though, and a chunk more expensive than the Galaxy S7, which launched at $725. You can pre-order the S8 directly from Samsung or Carphone Warehouse. You can also pre-order it on contract from as little as $48 per month from Me, Vodafone and O2, through Carphone Warehouse, or from 3. Unlocked Mobiles claims to have the lowest UK SIM-free prices, $860 for the Galaxy S8 and $975 for the Plus. Both phones should be in stock 19th of April. We've also put together a full guide on where to buy the Galaxy S8. It's good to see more in the box than most phones, including 2 USB-C adapters, one to full-size USB and the other to micro USB, and a pair of AKG headphones with extra tips. If the Galaxy S7 was stunning in design, then we're not exactly sure how to describe the Galaxy S8 apart from that it's on another level. It makes its predecessor, and other phones, look rather dated. Samsung has brought its Edge screen technology to both phones this year, so you don't need to buy the larger Galaxy S8 Plus to get the full experience. This not only looks great but has a big advantage when it comes to keeping the size of the phone from getting out of control. The S8 is pretty much the same width, thickness and weight compared to its predecessor. It's just a few millimeters taller but jumps from 5.1 to 5.8, and when it comes to screen size. So what would typically be an unwieldy device feels barely any different in the hand. It's a really impressive piece of craftsmanship, largely down to significantly reducing the bezels at the top and bottom. A screen-to-body ratio of over 83% is impressive stuff. The physical home button and accompanying capacities keys are gone to achieve this. Now you have on-screen navigation and a pressure-sensitive home button built into the display. We'll talk about this more later. The fingerprint scanner is now on the back but quite awkwardly next to the camera rather than below it. Right-handed users are likely to smudge the camera when using it. This is our main bugbear in terms of the design, and it should really be below the camera, despite creating an unsymmetrical look. A lot of users will be pleased to hear that Samsung has retained the headphone jack on the bottom. The Galaxy S8 is made from a lot of glass once again, so it's a little slippery but has a Gorilla Glass 5 back to resist damage. You'll probably want to get a case to protect this expensive slab of metal and glass, though, which is a shame considering the outstanding design. Check out the best Galaxy S8 cases. As you'd expect, the Galaxy S8 is fully dust and waterproof like its predecessor, so has an IP68 rating. That extra button you see on the left side of the phone is to quickly launch Bixby, Samsung's artificial intelligence assistant. See the software section for more on this. There are 5 colors to choose from, but in the UK we'll get 3 at launch: Midnight Black, Orchid Grey and Arctic Silver, the latter with arrive at a later date. Samsung may well bring the blue and gold options at the later date, but we'll have to wait and see. As mentioned in the design section, Samsung has impressively jumped from 5.1 to 5.8 and when it comes to screen size. This is despite the phone only being a little taller in shape. If that's not big enough, the Galaxy S8 Plus is a whopping 6.2 inches. Like the LG G6, the Galaxy S8's display had rounded corners which look great, matching the curvature of the phone's metal frame. Samsung has also opted for a similar aspect ratio of 18.5 to 9, meaning the screen is very tall, or wide in landscape. Samsung calls it the Infinity Display. You can fit more on the screen, of course, and the aspect ratio suits content like videos much better, so you can, depending on the source content, watch videos without annoying black bars. Depending on what you're viewing, the viewing area is up to 36% bigger. The phone sticks to Samsung's preferred Super AMOLED display technology, ensuring great contrast and colors. The Galaxy S8 screen resolution is WQHD+, 2960 by 1440 in this case because the screen is so tall. A pixel density of 570p is enough for anyone. It's worth noting that it defaults to Full HD+, 2220 by 1080, but you can change it in the settings if you wish. The lower resolution improves graphics performance and also aids battery life without a noticeable drop in quality. If you want, You can also drop it down to 1480 by 720. Specs aside, the Galaxy S8 also now has the well-known Edge screen as standard, so there's no need to buy the Edge version any longer, like the Galaxy S7 Edge. The curve is more subtle than previous Edge devices, though, so you just have the Edge panels rather than any other additional functionality. There are some new features to make the screen easier to use one-handed, which we'll cover in the software section, and the display is always on should you want it to be. One last thing to mention about the screen is that it has Mobile HDR Premium certification by the UHD Alliance. The ability to display HDR content sounds good, but you'll only get it with certain titles on Amazon Prime Video. More partners will be announced. Once again, the Galaxy S8 has a different processor for different markets around the world. Samsung has been a bit vague on the subject, but, as we suspected, the UK model has the firm's new Exynos 98895 chip rather than the Qualcomm Snapdragon 835, which the two companies collaborated on. Samsung's latest octa-core processor has clock speeds of 2.3 and 1.7 GHz, 4 cores each, and a Mali G71 MP20 GPU. The firm claims a 10% increase in CPU performance and a 20% gain on the GPU side. We're very impressed with the performance here, with some of the highest benchmark results we've seen. It's the graphics boost that's particularly noteworthy considering the resolution. We tested at default settings, and switching to the full amount of pixels didn't drop the frame rates much. You can see the benchmark results along with the Galaxy S7 and a number of current rivals. Not a huge amount has changed in this department, but here's the deal. The Galaxy S8 still has 4GB of RAM and comes with 64GB of storage as standard. There's a 128GB model, but that's been made for the Asian market. Whether it comes to the UK later remains to be seen. As usual, the phone has expandable storage, so you can add up to 256GB via the micro SD card slot. As you'd expect from a flagship Samsung phone, the Galaxy S8 is packed with all the latest connectivity specs. To this end, it has dual-band 11 acres Wi-Fi, NFC, GPS, Bluetooth 5.0 and LTE Cat 16. It also uses a reversible USB-C port like recent Samsung devices and rivals. The heart rate monitor also remains but has been moved to the other side of the camera module. As mentioned already, the fingerprint scanner has moved to the back in order to fit a much larger screen. We're all for this. LG has been doing it since the G2, but the placement isn't very ergonomic. Samsung appears to have prioritized the symmetry of design over functionality here, so most users will be making the camera lens grubby when reaching for the sensor. The scanner is fast when it works, but the placement and size of it make it quite frustrating to use, especially with a case on. The firm says you won't need the fingerprint scanner as much because of the improved iris scanner which debuted on the Note 7. While this works, it's still frustrating to use a lot of the time, as you'll need to hold the phone up like you're taking a selfie, hold it the right distance away, and require things like good lighting. If you're bothered about security, then the Galaxy S8 is likely to be a bit annoying, with the best options being a pattern or numerical pin rather than the more advanced biometrics. There is no change from the fantastic camera inside the Galaxy S7. So the Galaxy S8 has a 12MP dual pixel with an impressive f/1.7 aperture and other features like optical image stabilization, OIS, and 4K recording. The camera does multi-frame image processing, where it takes 3 shots instead of 1 and uses the extras to do things like reduce blur and perfect other elements like focus. It does this when it thinks it needs to, like a moving object or low light situations. It's the new processor that makes this already awesome camera even better. Some shots, unedited, are unbelievable. There are loads of different filters and shooting modes to play with, including the usual suspects. There's even a new food mode for showing off your restaurant orders or home cooking skills. We were suitably impressed with the Galaxy S7 camera, and although it's essentially the same tech here, the Galaxy S8 is one of the best phone cameras on the market. We'll update our best camera phones article soon with 2017 models. When it comes to the front camera, things are similar with a matching f/1.7 aperture, but the resolution has been bumped from 5 to 8 MP. The wide aperture means you can shoot in much harder conditions than most phones, and the results in general are sharper and more detailed than before. If you are worried about jumping to a much larger screen size, Samsung has made tweaks to help you operate the phone with one hand. In the camera app, we found it easy to switch between the cameras, modes, filters, and even zoom, all with different thumb swipes, swipes. Samsung hasn't made a big song and dance about battery life on the Galaxy S8. This may be partly due to the fact it has the same 3,000 mAh capacity as its predecessor. Nevertheless, it's good to see features such as USB-C, fast charging and wireless charging all as standard. Battery life will always be better when a phone is new and unused, but we are, nevertheless, impressed with the Galaxy S8. It lasted almost 48 hours, including 2 nights of moderate usage. Samsung Galaxy 8 has the latest Android version, Android 7.0 Nougat. It has also some new features like Snap Window, Bixby and DeX. Other new accessories for the Galaxy S8 include a new Gear 362 camera and a tweaked Gear VR headset bundled with a motion controller. Samsung has taken the best phone around and made it even better with an impressive screen and design. It ticks a shed load of boxes you'd want a flagship to do. It's the best phone of 2017 so far, but it is expensive and the biometrics are a letdown. We're keen to see what the likes of Apple, HTC and OnePlus can do to challenge. Thank you for watching. Please do like, comment and share. Do subscribe us.